prior to our show. This person came out to our writing workshop and learned a lot of stuff and performed at our open mics. And guess what? 1 week ago, they performed at our 5th annual Asian Heritage Month comedy show. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Dr. Denise Ko. Again, Dr. Denise Ko.
Hello everyone, I'm back. All right. So how's everyone doing today? Did you eat? Hey, now, come on guys, go get some. How many of you are pretending that you're full, but you're planning on going back for like 3 more stops? I feel like that's what I'm gonna be doing. But apparently the lineups are nuts. Anyways, first off, I want to congratulate the Filipinos. Yes, we're the only Asians that got a sequel. So May is Asian Heritage Month, and June is Filipino Heritage Month. Yeah, even our months have sibling rivalry, right? I mean, to be fair, I think we need more time. I mean, there's more of us. We have lots of baon, like leftovers to go through, you know? And yeah, it's Filipino time, really, and we're shift work. So, you know, there's that. So, yeah, I am a Prairie Chinese Filipina. And so my mom was actually, she's a Pinay. My dad is blood Chinese, but culture Filipino. So, yeah, I was born in Regina. And yeah, I know. Winnipeggers like to tell me it's the butt crack of Saskatchewan, I get it. But what was funny for me is that when I was growing up, Regina people always told me that Winnipeg was a big, ugly Regina. So I'm like, who's the butt crack now, you know? So I have basically, well, okay, so white people like to lump Asians all into one group, right? Like we're all the same, we're all alike, you know? Whereas, you know, for Asians, it's a different story, right? We like to point out all of the difference based on like beef from 800 years ago, right? We have a very complex classification system. I'm learning about it on Reddit. Essentially, we keep the best racism for ourselves. Yeah. But it really, in a lot of ways, it's how we can tell each other apart, like as Asians, you know? So, being like Filipino Chinese, to Filipinos, I'm a Chinese, right? Like, and you know, maybe not to be trusted, maybe I'm gonna take all the land, you know, and you know, to be fair, I actually would take all the land, but that's actually because I'm a Filipino, because I need somewhere to stash all my, like, you know, my baon, my Tupperware, and my leftover food containers, you know. But then also to Chinese, apparently I'm not considered an Asian to some Chinese. I'm more like a jungle brown, apparently, like brown Asian. So there's that. Apparently there's also, like every Asian family has like an unofficial ladder, like where you rank people, right? So no one likes to admit it, but everybody knows about it. It's there. So there's the East Asia Triad, and this would be Japan, Korea, and China. So essentially, I look at it like this would be like the mean girl triad at school, like at high school, you know? So like, I guess Japan likes to think it's the most refined, whereas Korea likes to think it's the most trendy. You know, K-pop, K-beauty, you know, K-drama, all of that. Makes sense. China is more like, you know, I mean, they can say that everything was made in China, right? And then of course they also have the money to prove it, right? But so there's like, you know, they kind of passive aggressive against each other, but then they'll all band together to look down on the Southeast Asians. Yeah, and it's like, it's a colorism thing, really. right? So like the Southeast Asians would be like, you know, darker brown, you know, and more like working class. So that would be like the Filipinos, etc. The jungle Asians, I guess. So apparently in Southeast Asia, and this is all I'm learning on Reddit, so this, you know, don't count me as this for sure, but essentially there's Singapore and Malaysia would be kind of more against Indonesia, Philippines, and Vietnam. I don't know, would anybody say yes? Is that a yes, or is that kind of a or maybe these are all coconuts and nobody really knows? I mean, I'm learning it as I go along. Well, we'll see about that. Yeah, and there's also South Asian shade. That's Indonesia, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan. And essentially, like, there's beef amongst them as well, but you know, it's all based on the borders, which was like from like a British guy years ago who, you know, drew all the borders with like a ruler, and he actually went home early or wanted to leave home early, right? So there's that. So if Asia would be like a tech company, Japan would be like kind of like the CEO, maybe like the hardware. Korea would be more like the marketing. China would be kind of like the finance, but also the manufacturing. Filipinos would be more like the, you know, they're the worker bees, you know, they're not even really climbing the ladder, they're more like beside it doing karaoke, you know. And the Middle East isn't even really mentioned, even though it's in the center, like the literal center of Asia. So yeah, I'm an Asian woman, so I tend to attract hard-boiled eggs. These are the, you know, white on the outside, guys that are white on the outside but yellow on the inside. So they're usually the ones that like spend one summer in Asia, you know, teaching English, and they think that they come back and they kind of like try to pick up all the Asian women when they come back, right? So yeah, they think that they're like, you know, the cultural experts in Asia. You know, and often it's like, if they come up, they're like, oh, konnichiwa, or like, sawadee-ka. It's always the wrong company, or the wrong country. And then of course they also do like the martial arts kick, like a roundhouse or something, you know? Like, you know, it's like, chill, sir. You've only had pad thai once, so you're not Asian. Like, no, step back, right? It's like you only watch anime like once, you know, beside a katana. That's not really being Asian, right? What? Right, exactly. I forgot about the rest of the ladder. That brings me to the other bit of it. So like, yeah, Asian women are not even on the ladder. We actually are the ladder. Because everyone kind of climbs over. See? You get me, sister. There's more, right? We get climbed on. We are expected to do all the stuff. We gotta like take care of the kids, take care of the family. We gotta like, you know, the household stuff. You gotta also smile and like not complain and just, you know, be happy, emotional. You know what? That's why we're tired. It's pressure essentially, right? We're not even climbing. And then of course the boys in Asia, they're usually like in a family. The boys are like, you know, they're treated like emperors, little emperors, whereas the girls are more like the workhorses that have to earn their keep. So it's a very different dynamic for, you know, girls versus boys. This is probably, that's exactly what I need. Okay. You know what? I didn't factor in a mic and a water bottle that are look exactly the same. I just tried to drink out of the mic. So this is like a rookie mistake apparently. There's that. Yeah. So, Filipino gangs. So I just learned about this like in the last year. Apparently in like the 90s, 2000s, we had Filipino gangs. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I guess because like I got like the sanitized version of Filipinos, kind of like what we're seeing here. This is the sanitized version. Like, this is the beautiful parts of you know, which is awesome. But there's like a dark side too. And apparently basically in these gangs, there were high school gangs. I think it was maybe Sizzler and Daniel Mack. I don't know. This is back in the day. This is not now. Back in the day, you guys can verify. But yeah, they'd have these gangs, and they were usually like over girls, you know. And I'm like, well, why aren't you like wooing them the Filipino way, you know, like with like cheesy love poems and like mixtapes, you know, serenading like feelings, nothing more than feelings, you know. That seems like that's where, you know, that would be way more effective. Yeah, apparently there were deaths, like I think there were 2 deaths or something. Like, it's nuts. So I'm kind of thinking about these gangs, and I'm like, well, like, okay, what do they call themselves? Like the Mad Carabaos or like the Baon Barcadas? Like, what are they called? There's my kids over there. Yeah. And then I'm like, well, okay, so who's in this gang? Is it like Totoy, you know, Dong Dong, Boy, Jarmel, Meljer, Senior, Junior, LJ, RJ, MJ, and SJ? Like, is it all of them? And then, like, who's fighting, right? You know, like, is it, well, I don't think it's the boys. They're kind of macho, and they're usually not, you know, tough like the girls. I think the girls were the ones that, like, their sisters would be fighting, right? Yeah. And then I'm like, well, how would they actually fight? Is it, like, with corruption? Or is it like maybe it's, like, kill them slowly with lechon, you know, like jabitis and gout, you know, a little bit of guilt in there too. I think there's that. Maybe it's like from like a Queen Bulilit competition, you know, kind of like a roast. Filipino decor, I want to talk about this a little bit. So white households are very loving and inspiring. So if you look on the wall, you'll see like live, love, laugh. You know, even the mat says welcome. Filipinos, we don't do that. We don't do words, we do symbols, and we go big. Like massive 4-foot tall wooden carved fork and spoon, right? Like on the walls, this thing's massive, right? Yeah, I mean, we love our culture. Like one says eat, and the other says eat more, right? Like, we love our food, we're a food culture. And to be fair, our food is delicious. Our food is so good. I mean, yeah, it's like chicharron, baby puffs. I mean, come on, that stuff tastes amazing. It's just that you don't live as long if you eat it, right? That's just, you know, the problem with that. Let's talk about the barrel man. Does anyone know what the barrel man is? This is a decorative thing. Maybe we won't admit it. So this is a wood carved, you know, a proud Filipino man, you know, not like yay high, not big. He's tall, proud, standing proud. He's got a barrel around him, right? Now, like, what's the cultural significance of this? You lift the barrel and boom, in your face is like, it's like a Pinoy's balot, you know, like a titi coming at you, right in the face. Yeah, good times. You're like, whoa, that is totally, you know, what I needed there. Yeah, so that's kind of a fun, you know, thing about Filipinos. The light already, oh man. Yeah, that's just like kind of the fun thing. So essentially, white households are aspirational. Filipino households are wise aspirational, right? Very lowbrow. It's all good. I'll do a couple more because this is something I've been thinking about. I am slowly becoming my Lola. So I skipped becoming my mom, and now I'm a Lola. And it started with, you know, like sounds like, point, you know, especially with my kids. And I got a like parent from afar, right? There's that. And then there's also, well, there's mannerisms, right? Like the eyebrow greetings. Come on, see? You did that to me, right? Everyone, this is comrades. This is like universal. There's also the point with the lips. And it can be like that thing over there, but it can also be like, go get the car. That's like a full sentence, right? It could be like, oh, you know, I don't trust her. Or it could be, oh, Tito's drunk again, right? Like it means lots of things. I'll just keep going until you... Oh yeah, and so the other thing was just the chinelas, so the wardrobe. So there's dusters. These are like shapeless house dresses. They're so comfortable. You have to fight to get me out of them now. Like before I used to want to be like look sexy. Now I'm like, no, it's all about comfort. It's so good. It's essentially like menopause couture. You know what I'm saying? It's so good. And then there's the chinelas, right? This is like the Filipino slipper, right? The indoor slipper. Usually it's, we don't like to wear, as Asians, we don't like to wear the shoes, outdoor shoes indoor, right? But now I'm a mom and I get it. It's actually an art. Okay, I'm going. Just pull me up. Anyway, it's an art. It's a martial art, and essentially you can like take out a kid with it. It's basically a Filipino boomerang. Anyways, it's my time. I'm gonna go. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Denise, for the stand-up. Yeah, I do stand-up as well. My comedy name is Waldo of CJOB. I kind of look like one anyways. Alright, up next we have a dancer coming up. Their name is